Black.
So Aditya is black, and the white player is none other than this guy, who was Pawan Karthik.
Yeah.
So let us see how the game went. E4, C6, Caro-Kann, D5. It was actually a very good game by Aditya, but somewhere along the way, I just did not analyze. I just uploaded the moves. That's all. But I could see that he played really well, except somewhere he missed the tune of the position. So E6, A3, takes, knight F6, takes, knight moves, pawn H6, bishop moves, bishop D6. So a quiet opening, right? And C5. So he wants to activate the knight this way. So Aditya is thinking, I can play C5. Why not play C5? I can also play knight D7. But when I can play C5 and knight C6, why not? There's no reason not to play it. No? So take position becomes a bit open, which would maybe help white. But okay, there is rook D8 coming next. C3. I would actually consider rook D8 now instead of knight C6. Okay, knight C6, queen C2, pawn E5. Yeah, that is the only way to activate a bishop properly, right? Otherwise, you'll have to play bishop B7, or which is not looking very good. So E5. So position-wise, it's great for Aditya. Bishop D6. Why not bishop B6 though? Because of B5. Then the pawn falls. Is it tactically fine? Bishop B6, B5, knight. Yeah, the pawn falls. There's nothing. He just takes. Oh, he can't take. Rook can take though, no? If rook takes, what will happen? Yeah, there is some counterplay. Not much. So yeah,
Knight takes. If knight takes.
Knight takes, bishop F2. F2 hangs. So bishop D6 was played. Knight moves. Queen E7. This is prophylaxis. He doesn't want to allow the exchange of bishop for the knight. So that's why he moved the queen back. Bishop B2, F5. This is where Aditya takes the game into his hands. Because now the pawns are rolling up. He just has to develop the bishop. So it's better to play bishop.
Black, right?
Yeah, he's black. So just bishop E6 is a safety move. It's required. F3. Now, what did he do? Second. He played queen G5. Not sure what is the reason for that. I mean, it just activates the queen, but first thing should be this. Activate the bishop, then the rook, and then moves like queen G5 and E4.
Or queen H4 and E4.
Queen H4 and E4. E4 is not possible anyway. No? Just a free. Oh, you want to queen F2? Huh? Queen F2 is not anyway possible. So E4 I take.
Queen H2. Bishop is there.
Ah, okay. So queen H4, G3.
You weakened your one.
Yeah. So queen H4 is interesting. What is the engine saying? Black should definitely be better. Slightly better. But engine wants bishop E6. Develop everything. Queen H4 is the second best move. G3, queen G5. Okay. So then, next, what did Aditya do? He played queen G5. Rook D1. And then he went A6. He's mixing activity with prophylaxis, basically here. I mean, there is no need to play A6. I would prefer to bring out the bishop. But okay, he wants to not allow B5. Bishop check, king moves. Knight F1, bishop C7, because rook was attacking the piece. If white wanted, he could have played knight E4, couldn't he? If he wanted to exchange out this bishop. The knight E4. But then takes, we'll again take. This would be good for black. That's why he didn't do that. He played knight F1, bishop moves. Now again, Aditya's position is great. Queen looks good. Bishops are great. The pawn center is the main. The playing F5 was the reason why he got such a nice position. Now, if you look at the engine, it would definitely prefer, but not by much. No, it says white is still better. Okay. What did Aditya's opponent do? He played queen F2.
So white's better because of the white bishop.
Yeah. Practically, it is a bit scary for white because black's pieces look active. So this is a very understandable move. You want the pieces to be close to the king. So queen F2 is like a defensive move. And now Aditya played rook B8.
The threat is b5, bishop b6.
Ah, wow, that's a sneaky threat. That's a very big threat. b5 and bishop b6. Winning a no, it doesn't win, but yeah, it wins a piece. Right? Opponent played king h1, he saw it. It's a classical tournament, of course, people would see the threat. But even in a classic tournament, say some people might miss this. This b5 is a nice idea. Aditya goes f4. Opponent goes knight e2, bishop f5. Knight e4. I'm not sure about this f4 move though. I think the move that we want is e4. Not right now. But how to develop the bishop? Maybe b5, bishop e6. But then b5,
So
bishop.
now he said he played f4 to develop the bishop.
Yeah, but then b5, bishop d5, bishop b6, queen somewhere, and then we can develop the bishop. Yeah, bishop.
It's too congested.
Yeah, this bishop is great, but okay. He played f4 to develop the piece. After f4, knight d2, bishop f5. You can't allow the knight to come to e4 for free, so he wants to exchange it out. Rook comes in, good. Bishop d5. Here, white is taking control. White has got c4 and the bishop is now going to be active. Knight e7, c4. Knight f5. Rook e1. And here comes the sack by Aaditya, the big move, knight g3. So let us analyze the move knight g3. Opponent wouldn't have expected this because position is not that aggressive for black to play a move like knight g3. So let's calculate and see whether knight g3 is good or bad. If you're sure, please click on raise hand. Don't say anything. Let everybody think. Okay, let's ask Vidhu. What do you think of knight g3, Vidhu?
Sir, knight g3, if the pawn takes,
Is it good or bad, first of all?
sir, it's a good move.
Okay, pawn takes.
Sir, after the other pawn takes, the queen has to move. After it moves, sir, we can play a queen to h4.
h5. Rook will take the queen if we go to h4. Queen h5. King
h5.
queen
Then
h5.
so
So did you calculate further or that position is good? What are you saying?
sir, if he doesn't take and moves the king to
Then rook falls, no. Why should we think of that? Calculate the main line, knight g3 rook. You will get the rook if he does that. So we don't have to consider that and all. Just knight g3, pawn takes, queen moves, queen h5, king moves. Is there something after that? That's what I'm asking, not other lines. Okay, so you're saying that position is good. Advait, what do you say? You agree or not with knight g3?
Sir, I don't agree.
So you're saying it's not enough?
Yes, sir, that's not enough.
Because queen h1, king moves, queen h5, king moves, queen
Sir,
h.
just move the king. You don't have anything.
Okay, we don't have anything, says Advait. And Adrit, what do you say?
Sir, knight g3 check. I believe it's good. I've calculated a bit further. Takes, queen moves, queen h5, king moves, queen h2, king moves, then again check.
King moves.
Then take the pawn.
Queen g2, king moves.
Then take the other pawn.
Queen f3, king moves.
I believe from here looks
It's
fine.
winning, you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
So that much is enough. That much is enough for us to play a move like knight g3. So I think Advait didn't see queen h1 check. There is queen h1 check. King can't go to f2. He has to go away and g2 falls. So knight g3 is just a shock move.
But
So,
isn't your queen on c2 to defend the g2 pawn?
no, king, it's a check on h1, so king has to move on queen g2.
Oh, okay.
So this much calculation is enough to play knight g3, but it's very good that Aditya played knight g3. It's not an easy move to find because there isn't enough pieces active, but this pawn becomes very useful. So knight g3 takes, queen moves, queen check, king moves, queen check. Here Aditya went too far ahead. I mean, he got carried away. What Aditya calculated, queen h1, king moves, queen g2, this is enough. This is a good position. You've got what? How many pawns? 3 pawns, isn't it? 3 pawns for the piece.
So 4 passed pawns.
Sir,
Just that
and
one is
yeah,
double pawn.
But this
one
will
pawn is
fall.
about to promote.
Yeah, no, but this will fall anyway.
3 passed
Queen
pawns.
b3. Queen b3 is possible, isn't it? Queen b3, queen c2. I mean, if white wants, he can repeat, but white wouldn't repeat. Yeah, queen c2, queen e2. After queen's here, king will go here. And the king
Sir,
will
no, sir. Instead of queen B, we just took queen F2.
queen f2.
Go back. Queen
Here,
F2.
queen f2. What is the point of queen f2? You're just asking, I'll just play rook. No, not rook f1. I'll just play. No, then you lose the pawn. Queen takes, pawn takes, or rook takes.
Rook takes.
Rook takes, okay. But why? What does it mean for that? We can just play. If black can check if white wants a draw or not. If white goes for the win, then rook f2 comes crashing through. So that was enough for Aditya. Opponent is already rattled. The sacrifice is already shocked him. And a move like queen g2 is enough. But Aditya has already sacrificed a knight. And now he's
Did he play bishop b6?
no, he didn't play bishop b6. Bishop
He
b6.
played rook cross F3, I guess.
Yeah, rook f3 he played.
That's too far.
No, it wins a queen. It's winning, but it was not needed. I mean, if you look at it from an objective viewpoint, you're winning a queen for a rook and a piece, right? It's tempting, yeah.
The stage.
Sir, yeah, it's actually looks winning.
So then how
It's
did
winning.
he lose this?
Because the let's see. So this position, let's agree that it's winning, right? Black is winning. So what Aditya did here is okay. Is actually better than just going for the attack with the 3 pawns versus piece. This is a queen against rook and bishop. So this is better. This is winning. So a player like Aditya, who is 1-1 rated and who's supposed to be way higher rated according to play, should be able to convert this, especially with the G pawn over there. So he misplayed it from here, either by playing fast or by being careless. So when you get a position like this, we have to sit on the advantage. It is not easy to win this. We have to work every move through. Adrit would know. And who
Yeah.
was somebody else also. Who was that? I forgot. In the tournament, they blundered from a completely winning position. Anyway,
Oh yeah, rook shove.
rook-
Mate in one.
yeah, rook e2. And now queen has to go to f5 or g6. King g2. So where is he misplaying it? It's still fine, yeah. Everything is fine. The problem is his bishop is very strong. This white bishop you cannot challenge. That's the thing. If you sacrifice, then it's not enough. 2 rooks against queen. And e5 is weak. And g3 is also gonna fall. So Aditya has to be very careful here to win this. What's a
So
good?
should you sack e5 like e4 and then you can protect g3?
That's a good idea, but that will open up this monster. Then there'll be 2 bishops we'll be playing against. But e4, rook e4, yeah, it doesn't work. Rook e4 and everything is great for white. So that is why this position, even though material-wise it's winning for black, white's piece is so active thanks to this bishop. So e4 also doesn't work. So what did Aditya do? He played rook e8, defending the pawn. Makes sense. The b7 pawn falls though. Now can we play e4? E4 still can't play e4. No, rook takes. Even if it is just 1 rook, it's still not enough. What is the engine saying? We need the engine for this. Just okay. Black is slightly better. That's it. Queen d3, attacking c4. Was there a better move than giving up the b pawn? Aditya had to give up either b pawn or e pawn. E pawn, there'll be some exchanges. Right? Bishop takes. Oh, he was hoping for some exchanges. But the opponent didn't exchange. Queen f4, defending the pawn. But rook e4. Then queen d2. No, queen f6. Okay, it's a bit complicated to play like that. So yeah, he played rook e8, bishop takes, queen h5. Queen h5 is rook h2, rook h1. Yeah, this is not rook h1. So he made the rook go out of play and he defended the pawn. That's what he did. But this is a mistake. Yeah, this is unnecessary because you are helping the bishop come back with tempo. But if you go queen g5, still the bishop would come here with tempo. So either way, queen has to move again. Now he didn't see bishop c1. Aaditya didn't see bishop c1. Again, queen has to move. And king took the pawn. Very brave of the opponent to take it. Now I think white pieces have gone back a bit. So black should be still better. Yeah. What when I saw this game quickly, this move, taking the d5. That is Aaditya. That is what Aaditya missed. Now the play is only on the e file, d file, the only open file. So Aaditya missed this chance to go rook d8. If you go rook d8, then you have options. Right? White has to push the pawn probably. Then.
Sir, I think he got rook d8, he'll do rook h2.
Rook d8, rook h2. Can he actually sacrifice everything on h6? No, rook d6.
Okay.
Bishop takes, queen takes, rook takes. No, that is losing for Aaditya. It's a pawn down. But what about just even that pawn takes? So rook d doesn't work. So that is why he didn't do that. So rook d8, rook h2. What will happen then? Just king moves and bishop d5. What is the engine saying?
Sir, if pawn takes, I think it's winning.
Which pawn takes? Rook h6.
After rook take, bishop takes.
Well, then same thing, no? Same thing that will happen. After pawn takes, rook takes.
Then queen takes.
Just so, right? Oh, wait. Oh,
You'll be upper row.
Okay. We'll be upper row. Correct. So bishop takes pawn is not a threat then. Yeah, bishop takes pawn is a good point by Vidu. So bishop takes pawn is not a threat. So rook d6 will defend that. So it's okay. But c5, this is slightly, rook is gone. Bishop d5 and everything. Yeah, this is, so that's why Aaditya didn't go for this. But he missed king g8. Just king g8 was enough. But bishop d5, king f8. And he's fine. Isn't it? Yeah, this is fine. So let's go back. So Aaditya didn't take the d file. He played queen e6 attacking the pawn, but pawn c5. And then queen c4. Rook h2. Is there a real threat of bishop takes pawn? Computer says this nice move rook g8, yeah. But rook e6 everybody would play to defend. The threat is there. Bishop h6. Rooks will be.
So what was the point of rook g8?
Pawn takes pawn with check. So if bishop takes h6, then pawn takes pawn with check, and you defend. But then king f2, queen will be active. No, queen a2. I suppose. No, king g7. Wow. Computers can play like that. And if he doesn't take the rook, will be useless there, right? So what's the point of rook g8 really? But okay, computers will play like that. But rook e6, everybody will play rook e6. Rook d2. Now opponent is taking full control of the center. White is becoming better. Rook e7. Rook comes back. The rook shifted. And now Aaditya made a big mistake here with g5. Because it opens up the position. Already white has a d file. White can enter. If he wants, he can play rook d7. So this is where Aaditya has to just hold on. Okay, but the engine prefers g5. Wow. g5 is the best move? Okay, I'm wrong. g5 is okay. But then the rook goes back. So just a moment back, rooks had come to the second rank for white. Now once g5 happens, the rook go back there. Here Aaditya played king g7, rook h1. Now how to defend? He came back with the queen, but then bishop into g5. Opponent smelled blood and he went for the kill. Because if pawn takes bishop, what will happen? Rook h7 check. And if king f6 and rook h6, if king g8, then yeah, anyway, rook check, king.
Same thing.
Yeah, you lose the queen. No, sorry, you lose the queen. If you lose the queen, you're.
Sir, is it mate? No.
Is there a mate there? No. King f7. You can again give a check. King g8. Rook takes. Yeah, the bishop also hangs. That's why this check was required. So Aditya is lost there after bishop b5. He played king f8, but then after rook h6 he resigned. So the main problem was, where was it that he went wrong?
Sir,
First thing is the sacrifice, the second sacrifice, the rook sacrifice. Not exactly sacrifice, you win the queen, but
sir, move 32. Rook takes f3.
no, here after this, Aditya has two options. Go for pressure. This would
Sir,
be
engine says rook takes f3.
oh,
Completely.
so minus.
Engine prefers this.
Okay, so where did he go wrong after that? Then pawn takes, queen takes, rook e2, queen f5 or queen g6 is forced. Yeah, queen b3 was there. Okay, nobody's going to do that. Queen f5, king g2. Yeah, moves were okay after that. So if you play like an engine, then you might win. But now suddenly position is equal after just two moves. So that is why practically the choice here to play rook f3 might be bad. But it's difficult to see that now. Now you'll just see that you're winning a queen for a rook and a bishop. But position being active, he didn't really think about it. But this position, queen h1, king moves, queen g2, this is just a nice position. It's practically a good position to play with. Because you've got a passed pawn, you've got 3 pawns for the piece. Engine would prefer white after king c1. After queen e2 also, engine prefers white. What is the move here for black? Queen b3 check, king c1. Huh? Then rook f2. King c1 is not possible. Queen c2. And again check. This is rook e2. Rook e2 says engine. Attacking the queen. But bishop is pinned. If I were in this position, would I like black or would I like white? What do you think? You guys will prefer white or black? King is going safe.
Sir, I still prefer black.
Sir, white.
Black only.
Sir, I prefer black too.
So there's a nice G pawn.
Sir, I would prefer black.
Okay. All right. Yeah, practically, I would also prefer black, I suppose. Yeah. But yeah, so that was a choice Aditya had to make. Going for this position or going for the. But most people will go for rook f3 only, isn't it? Rook f3 wins a queen. So the position after that was a bit tough. He couldn't manage it. Queen b3, how good is that? Just rook e3 and what's the point? Oh, he can't play. Oh, that is why queen b3. Oh, this is a nice one. This is a very good one. That he could have found. The thing is, after winning material, we play a little relaxed. Then we play moves like queen f5. If you go more focus after winning a piece, then you would see queen b3. Because now problem is rook can't move. Pawn can't move. Let's say king g2, attack in the pawn. Now we can play e4, isn't it? Why e4? Bishop takes and wow, bishop takes and now rook d1. See? We are turning the tables. White is not active. We are. If rook takes, queen takes, rook hangs. Where will the rook go? Rook can't go anywhere. If rook moves rook can go to c2. Then bishop f4. Suddenly, black's pieces are the ones causing the damage. Now h5, h4. So if one rook gets exchanged, things are okay. And now rook is not active also for white. So I would say what Aditya did was good till here. This was where queen b3 would have been a big difference. Queen f5 and then king g2, rook e1, and white is getting a pass pawn and rook h1. White is getting activity. This is too much active. Enough compensation for the material. Yeah, he was brave enough to take the pawn also. I might not have taken. Okay, now c5 and white got the attack and he won. So it all comes down to that queen b3 move. That's how tough it is at that level. Okay.